Hello everyone, this is Arafel, and I'm playing something called Dungeon Breaker from a group called Tamamo Stadio, or Seaweed Studio. So a little hesitant to go into this, partly because it is fully in Japanese and I don't have a translation and will be trying to translate it on the fly, and partly because this does have age content. I will not be showing that, of course. But yeah, you can see there's a protagonist in the middle here, and he's surrounded by, yeah. This is a game with a lot of monster girls. There are also non-girl monsters that are important gameplay ways, but not so much to story and whatever. And we're starting off with a new game. Right away, we're launched into battle with what this calls a Catgirl. Apparently that is a type of wildcat. Let's see if I can get a picture to show in here. But in any case, it's a cat girl, but it's not a generic cat girl. We have... This can use mouse, keyboard, or controller. I'm used to using the mouse, so that's what I'm doing here. We have fight, auto battle, and change party configuration. So fight, you have attack, skill, item, and defend. Skill, he has none at this point. We do have 5 healing herbs. Those are restoring 100 HP if needed. At this point, not so much, so let's attack. Alec attacks, Catgirl takes 15 damage. Catgirl attacks with the clawing thing, Alec takes 14 damage. There's a critical hit, 47 damage, Catgirl is beaten. 10 experience. Japanese meowing. Attributed to monster. Yes, I caught you. We've got more meowing. Singer, don't struggle, I'll let you go. I'll let you go in a second, just hang on. Cat-eared monster calms down a little. And he says this spell type thing that he's done many times before. Ravaltiana no name. In the name of Ravaltiana, I command thee. I've got an ancient pact. And for a contract with Alec, Ridrufi. Ridrufi, I guess you'd say that in English, if you're going to. Anyway, that's him. He's doing some ancient thing to command her in the name of Ravaltiana to form a pact with him, basically. We have magic thing, more meowing. Kind of trembles a little. Pact is formed. Monster nods. And whatever he's trying to do, it's not working, so he releases it. And he's sorry, you can go now. And she scampers off into the woods, and then she appears. Yep, he's captured another monster. She's asking him, don't you ever get tired of that? And this is Tina, his childhood friend. She came to check up on him. She's telling him to give up on his dream of becoming a monster tamer. The big thing about monster tamers is that they form pacts with monsters, and they're supposed to be able to basically copy skills from other sex monsters. And he's never been able to manage that. He's like, well, yeah, but I can summon them. Like, yeah, but that's all. I hate to say this, but maybe you're not cut out for this. He tells her to knock it off, and he'll be able to figure it out eventually. And she's encouraging to just give it up and become a boxer like her, and she'll teach him from step 1. It's like, no, I'm not giving up. I'm going to become a great monster tamer like Karen. And Karen is apparently her big sister. Here comes the village head. Elder, you'd normally call it. Asks him to come with him for a moment. Alex wondering what it is. Tina's saying, you probably did something bad again. like eating the crops from the fields like before. Like, well, I was hungry. Besides, it's not just me being called this time, it's you too. Yeah, okay, let's go check it out then. And the elder is saying, there's a merchant, Welt, who is supposed to come, but he hasn't been here yet. And Alec's upset because he was going to see this merchant promised to show up some new swords. And I was like, listen to the whole thing, you idiot. Bonk. Ow. Yeah, he's chiding him for never calming down. You get to be my age. Yada 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 yada. She's stepping in trying to calm things down, saying, okay, so what happened to Welt? Along this way here, he was attacked by monsters. He's fine and is resting in the elder's house, but all his baggage goods was stolen. Which sucks for Welt. He's saying, well, it seems like we're going to have to give up on this stuff, but the elder's worried about the monsters attacking the town now, so he's sending Alex and Tina to go track them down and investigate. She's like, us? Yeah. Better to have the more nimble and quick ones go investigate than the adults. And of course, Alec pounces on this, like, I'll do it, I'll go to the monster cave. Yes, Tina. If Alec goes, I'm going. Because there's no telling what he'll do if he's on his own. The elder encourages them not to overdo it. Come report in if anything happens. He's asking him, why is he so into this? Well, he's been thinking about going to see Karen. To see if he can figure out how to do the whole skill wording thing from her. Get some advice, maybe. But Karen's working in the capital city of Sharon, which is a whole week away by cart. So Alec's parents have been against this, saying it's too early for you. But now he's seeing his chance to prove himself. And he's sourcing Tia to help out here. Oh, fine. But you're always on about my sister. Wish you'd think about me a little. Like, huh? You'd say something? I didn't hear it. And she's telling him, if you didn't have me with you, you're such an idiot, you'd be hopeless. There's some pretty obvious romantic stuff going on here. What are you so mad about? You should learn a thing for two from Karen and how nice she is. So yeah, obviously Tia is interested in Alec. Alec is completely oblivious to it. And here we have our menu for the town. We can go to the cave, we can go to Alec's house, we can go to the good shop, or we can go to the elder's house. So let's start off there. Come drop in. Saying wanted to go talk to, well, makes sense. There's Welt, he's apologizing for the trouble. We're not seeing him because he's really not an important character. And Alec just sees this as an opportunity to help out the town, so he's not concerned. And Tina's showing concern for him because merchant without his goods is not much use. And he's just grateful to the goddess Fridena, that his life was spared. Because as long as he's safe, he can start over if he needs to. He had a sword he was bringing for Alec, but that was also stolen. Maybe it'll turn up in the cave. And Alec's thinking, yeah, I really feel like I need to get his goods back for him. We go to Alec's house. There's his room. Saying it's been a while since she's been in here. Because he hasn't let her in for a while. She's a little excited. Saying, don't jump on the bed. You really haven't changed since we were younger. Unlike me, I've grown so much in both body and mind. And she's apparently dozing on his bed. Yeah, he's saying, seeing her innocent sleeping face is making him sleepy. Maybe you can rest for a bit. And that's how you heal. You can leave the house, you can rest, or you can change your party around. Right now, party is just Alec and Tina. Not surprising. It shows their stats there. Yeah, it's saying there's still space in the party. You can go up to 3 members, but there isn't a 3rd member to add at this point. Leave the party. We can go to the good shop. Golen-san. Apparently our merchant in the town is called Golen. Asking if you're here for like a pot or something. Like, nope, we're going to investigate the cave, so we need healing items and stuff to deal with monsters. And the merchant's reminiscing back on how recently they were just so small and they're already being relied on for this sort of stuff. Anyway, this is a miscellaneous goods shop, so they don't have that much to sell, but you can take a look around. So you have buy, sell, equip, and leave shop. So to buy, we have healing herbs, heal 100. We have antidotes that cure poison. Mogra tail, I think that was mole tails. Using those will warp you out of the dungeon instantly. There are times when you can't use them. You could buy a short sword, which would not be any change for Alec, and Tina can't equip it. We have leather knuckles, which would not be any change for Tina. Alec can't equip it. That's, I think, leather armor would give him a bit of defense. Breastplate would give her a bit of defense. Not sure what that translates to exactly. Some kind of clothing. That's what they're already equipped with, so no stat change. Hairband would give her a bit of defense. Leather hat, a little more defense for both of them. Leather shoes, defense and agility. Leather shield gives some defense. How much gold do we have? 50? So I have enough to buy a little bit. Looks like the best buy at this point would be the shoes. So get 1. And now I can equip that on whoever I want. So he's 50, she has 40. 9 defense on her, and 12 speed. He has 11 defense, so let's get them to her. So those are accessories, so yeah, 2 defense, 1. I think that's like reaction, so that's how fast you would go in combat. You can also check their stats directly here. Level 1, 13 of 30 experience, 50 health, 15 magic, 18 attack, 11 defense, 11, I think that would be dexterity, 8 basically agility or quickness, 10 magic attack, 10 magic resist. 0 of 30 health for her, 40 hit points, 17 attack, so she's slightly behind him. Defense is now at parity with those shoes. She's a little better at hit rate, same speed with the shoes, less magic resist. Anyway, let's leave the shop. We can go into the cave, but for now, let's go into the camp menu. That's our, basically the status menu, which was showing up from the equipment thing there, but here's our main screen. For playtime at the bottom here, amount of gold on hand, currently nothing. Equipment, you can check what they have. So he has a short sword and the plain clothes. She has leather knuckles, the clothes, and the shoes I just bought. Not much there. Items, we have healing items. We have those 5 herbs. There's equipment, or weapons, armors, others. So currently nothing. Right-click exits out of that. Skill is nothing's coming up, so I assume they don't have any. It's your party arrangement. You have a front line, you have a rear line for reserve members. You can put people on reserve if you want. You can take him out of the active or frontline party. I don't think you can take him out entirely. But yeah, at this point, there's no reason to put anyone in reserve. I think reserves might have a bit of regeneration. I can't recall. They are not actively in combat unless you swap them in, so they're not getting hit. But they still get experience, so that's useful for leveling up your weaker characters once you have some. Here's the sound levels, voices, BGM at 20, sound effects at 40, Tina's voice at 60, and various other voices we don't have yet. And yeah, here's our save load options, return to title, and quit. Right click to bring that up. Let's take a quick look in the cave. So it's saying this is the cave where the monsters set it in. We used to play a lot around here when we were little. Yeah, Karen used to be kind of a scaredy cat when she was small, and he'd kind of drag her along. He is saying she feels like Karen's always been really reliable ever since she was young. Like, well, maybe. My memories from back then are kind of vague anyway. Yeah, she's kind of not too good with dark, cramped places. Saying, you're gonna be okay as a boxer like that. It's not that I don't like them, it's just kind of feels like I'm being sucked in. I'll be fine once I get used to it. So, well then. They're going deeper so you get used to it. And she's calling him mean. And here we have the main dungeon screen. At this point I'll be using the keyboard more than the mouse, because you have your arrow keys to turn. You can use back to back up, forward to go forward. So this is similar to the bonus game in Corona 2, except this is meant to be the game for the first place, so the game has a better interface, it's smoother. The controls are a little different, with down to actually move back rather than turn around. You can go through doors. Notice there's an auto map that is filling itself out up in the corner here. Yeah, you can click to move around also. I think you click on the side to turn, click in towards the middle to move forward, click towards the bottom to move back. And the map is exploring a bit around you as well as where you actually are. Yeah, space brings up the whole map. You can see, you can also click on the map to auto-move to a spot, which is nice and convenient. I think I'll just go far enough to see a battle just to show how that goes before saving and ending this opening session. Ah, here we have another Catgirl. We've been ambushed. Takes a swipe at him, takes 18 damage. So when battle, now that there are multiple characters who can give them all commands, he still has no skills, she has no skills, so we're just attacking. We're using items. Takes a swipe at Tino, 14 damage. Sword / 18, punch, critical hit, 46 damage. So the party gets 4 gold, Alec gets 5 experience, Tina gets 5 experience. And that's a basic battle. Because of his monster tamer thing, you do have a chance for monsters to join the group after battle if you don't already have one of that type. Catgirl does count as not having one because he got the one from the opening go. I just found something. Maybe that was another Tenagi Bakadon throwing bomb, basically. You light it, you throw it, it causes a little explosion. I'm not sure if that's a combat item or if it's something that you need for exploration. Let's go a little further, try to get a monster to join the party. There's another Catgirl. And I was being careless, so Alex is now knocked out. Or Alec. Yeah, you cannot back through doors. Just head back to town to heal. I do have those herbs, but I want to avoid using them early on if I can. Yeah, your fainted characters are revived with 1 health after battle. Yeah, Catgirl is pretty quick, so... yeah. So I think what I'm going to do for upcoming sessions is what I've seen happen a lot with RPG type games is just cut out the battles unless something interesting happens or it's a boss fight. But anyway, Alec's mother and father are out on work, so we can rest. The party is healed. Check the status. Alec's at 18 of 30 to level. He is at 15 of 30 because she was not dead as much. For now, I'll just save. I have some saves from earlier. We'll start on page 7 with a new save. And yeah, let's call this session 1. Most or all of the music is from the same composer who did the music for the Kurata series, Furuyama or Yu Fuoka. So again, check out their site. A lot of this is free for use in your own stuff if you feel like using it. And that's why it ended up being used in a lot of games, including this one. But in any case, for now, this has been Arafel. We're starting at Dungeon Breaker, and I think we're off to a pretty good start. I seem to be handling the translating things on a fly okay. See if that keeps up. Probably going to want to have a thing going to the side so that I can look up any words I don't know if I need to, but for now we seem to be doing okay. In any case, come back next time if you're interested. Hope you enjoyed it.